Hey, what's up, guys? It's Wolfgang back with another Dorkfish Collection review. I got a special review for you today. It is the Marvel Game Reverse, totally not Capcom versus Marvel, Wolverine and Silver Samurai 2-pack. So guys, let's get into it. So as always, guys, we're going to start with the accessories and the package. So package-wise, you've got Silver Samurai and Wolverine on the front. On the sides, you've got digitized versions of their faces as well as some product shots of them. On the back, you've got a Marvel vs. Capcom style setup with the background and obviously the three characters underneath and the product shots of the characters with their accessories. So I like the packaging a lot. There's also in the box this special slip background that is super cool. I used it for a couple of promo shots. I like it a lot. I think they killed it. Their packaging is great, so no complaints there. So we're gonna start with the Silver Samurai stuff. Of course, you always start with his sword, and I love the translucency in this plastic here. They did a really good job all the way down to just past the guard into the tang, or into the handle of the sword. So they did a really, really good job with that. And then it comes also with this part for Silver Samurai, this effect part, which goes around the sword. It doesn't have an exact way, so there's a couple different ways you can put it on if you want. Looks good. I would prefer the purple to be translucent, like it would have translucent into purple, but that did not happen, so it is what it is. But it goes on it one of the ways, just like so. Get it on there, boom. And so then it sits on the sword. Rotate it around. It looks pretty good. I like it overall. Just wish the purple had been translucent. And then you've got his star throwing effect here, the ninja star style effect there, translucent. Comes with this clear stand that just pegs in and out. I mean, they're interchangeable with Wolverine's accessory too, but just this little stand that just pegs in and out, super easy. Boom. And it will hold that accessory fairly well. Oh, fell over. And for Wolverine's accessories, we're gonna get with the hands first. He's got two fisted hands that are very well painted. I like the choice of blue they've done, and I like the silver on the knuckles, and then the sculpt of the slot. Very, very well done. So his fists there. Now these are unique. This is probably my favorite accessories in the package because of the way they pour it in. So you've got this little peg like we talked about, but they peg with these little slots here, and it pegs in between so you can adjust it wherever you want to have slashes in different sections. And I like that they're nice translucent. I like the way they did the brush over the top of it to give you the swiping effect. But yeah, they're really cool pieces of accessories you can use in different cool shots with Wolverine. So that is all of the accessories, guys, that they come with. So I guess next we're gonna move into aesthetics. All right, and for aesthetics, we are gonna start with the Silver Samurai. When did I put his sword in his hand? Because he can't talk about his aesthetics without having his sword. I think he looks fantastic. There's definitely some issues, and I get what some people were talking about, the shoulder pads being easy to pop in and out. I do like their over-exaggerated size, and I'm not certain what they could have done, maybe than create them as free-floating pads like they did Wolverine shoulder pieces, but they're pegged in, so they do hinder articulation. But I mean, they're very well done. I don't know what else they could have done off the top of my head. I do like some of their sculpting on him. I like the look overall. I love the chest and the body. I am assuming that's going to be used for something else because while this part is sculpted in the Rising Sun part, they should be able to easily remove that in tooling and reuse the torso. It actually looks pretty good musculature wise, so I don't see why they wouldn't. I don't hate overall the look. The kind of plastic they used, rubber, is a little a little harsh compared to the other one, but it's also a bigger piece compared to the original one, which we are going to compare the two. But other than that, there's nothing. Well, the head sculpt too. So the head sculpt is new, obviously, and I will say, I think I prefer this head sculpt way more than the original. That being said, everything else is pretty much a reused. The legs, arms, hands, all are reused from the original Silver Samurai. He's a little darker than the original one. Probably would have preferred him to be a little lighter. But other than that, I mean, I don't mind him. He's not the better figure in this set. Everyone is here for the Wolverine, so that just is what it is. I did want to compare, though, right quick, the other sword. So I do like the blue, but I think he looks better with a regular sword in hand. So just aesthetic wise, for shots, put this in, boop, and yeah, I think I prefer that sword a little more with this guy. Stands out a little more. I get it, but I get why they did it, but I just prefer the sword more. So that being said, just showing that off, we're gonna get to Wolverine's aesthetics. I love the wings on the ears, the way they curve up. I really love the stripes and how they sit with the musculature, how they move with everything. They're painted very well all the way across. The belt, fantastic. I like the way the trunks. I particularly love the color of blue they chose, and especially the shininess of the boots. Let's get those in there. The way the boots are done, they've got this interesting look to them, the gloss, and I really like it. He's very squatty. He's very bulky, as Wolverine should be. Musculature is right. Not really a lot of complaints. There's not really any major complaints I can think of. He's so well done. Even the elbow joint, I like how that looks on him. It's the same style joint they did with the Hulk, that the biceps free floating, and you get your twist at the single joint elbow, but you get a lot of range out of it. So aesthetically, Wolverine is amazing and immaculate. This is by far the best looking Wolverine I think Marvel Legends has put out. So aesthetically wise, Wolverine is fantastic. There's really no complaints and not much I would change. I'm very happy with it. So we're going to move into articulation. Silver Samurai's articulation, pretty straightforward, the same as the original. You've got the ball hinge neck. That's pretty hindered by the helmet, so you really can't do a lot. You can get a little down look, but not a lot, right? So you can get a little down, a little up. You've got this here, which is great for the diaphragm, so you can get some good diaphragm movement out of them. Fantastic diaphragm movement out of them. Same as Wolverine. Your arm T, you can't really go all the way around because of the armor, so you'd have to take it off to get high poses with the sword. So that is one aggravating thing as compared to the original. Double jointed elbow, bicep, which is, getting hindered by this. You have to move it, it's going to pop out of the way. So, boom. And then your standard hinge. Now, in this case, in the Silver Samurais, which they've done right, the hinge is going with how, see, it popped off. The hinge is going with how you would hold the sword and swing the sword instead of the other. So, I like that. As far as the legs go, you can kick out pretty far with these splits. Not that Silver Samurai is doing a lot of splits with the hindering of this. You could probably get it out further without the skirt, but it is what it is. Double jointed knee is only going to get you about that far. So close to 90, but not quite 90. You've got your thigh cut. You've got a shin cut right here at the top of the boot. So there. And then you've got your ankle rocker and so like a ratcheted ankle in there, which I don't particularly like on the Silver Samurai because it makes them tough to stand sometimes. So, or to get that ankle at the right angle can make it tough sometimes. But overall, that's his articulation. It's not horrible. Silver Samurai doesn't need a crazy amount. I like the diaphragm a lot. Oh, there's a lower cut. My apologies. And it's tough to move because of the belt line, but there is a lower diaphragm cut there. But yeah, he doesn't need a lot of crazy articulation, so I'm not mad at it, but there's definitely some things that could have been done better with him. So yeah, it's not the best, but it'll do. And Wolverine's articulation is insane. He's got the hinge cut in the ball joint, so his head can go and look that far up, which is amazing. He can look a decent way. He can't really look down. Oh, I take that back. Actually, yeah, he can. Pretty far down. So my bad. But you've got everything that you need from him with the ball joint, so he can rotate and move, get that attitude, get different angles out of him. So then his shoulders can go. He can T-pose to get a nice classic Wolverine look there. Of course, they'll go all the way around because unlike the Silver Samurai's piece, these are floating on an inside cap. So they are not attached to the shoulders, so they are not hindering that movement, which I love. Bicep swivel, and as you can see, it's a floating bicep. Elbow joint single, more than 90, and rotation at it, of course. Your standard hinge on the wrists. Boom. His torso, look at that crunch. Just that top one, look at that. So well done. His back torso, crunch even. And then you've got another ball in the hips around the belt line. So you can move these around and you can get some nice inward and backwards, and even a little bit of some good side-to-side movement with the way they've done this diaphragm. They've done a really good job with it. Very happy with that. Legs can kick all the way up. Double jointed knees gets you pretty far. No boot cut. No boot cut with Wolverine. You've got a nice ankle rocker. So just showing you a nice ankle rocker there. And then his foot can go, look at how far back. They made this Wolverine so well articulated. Look at how far forward I can go. They made him so well articulated. They did such an amazing job with this Wolverine that you can get him into some serious sick poses. Let me look at that. Look at that pose. That is amazing. The positions, the stances you can get him in, the way he holds all the way around. Looks fantastic. Just a really, really well done, really well articulated figure. So well done. Very pleased with it. Can't say enough good things about it. That being said, now let's move into size comparisons. So obviously, first we have Wolverine next to Silver Samurai, and I think they scale up nicely. I like the height comparison here. I think they did a good job there. Next, we're going to go ahead and compare some sizes with the Silver Samurai. And now we have the Retro Card X-Men Silver Samurai next to this 2-pack one. Looks pretty good in scale. And next we have him next to the Jada Toy Street Fighters Ryu. And I gotta say, I like the comparison here. The size is pretty good on him. Here we have this 2-pack Wolverine with another Marvel Legends Wolverine. And I gotta say, considering the other Marvel Legends Wolverine is on the standard Wolverine body, that this new Wolverine trumps it. I mean, it's just the bulkiness. He's a little taller, yeah, but otherwise I think he's fantastic done. So in comparison, not even close. Here we have him next to the Jada Toys Blanca, and I gotta say, looks great next to him. Blanca is a beast that towers over him. Looks great together. And here we have him in comparison with the Marvel Legends Sabretooth from the Sabretooth Wolverine 2-pack, and they look amazing next to each other. This is the definitive, for me, Sabretooth action figure, and for me, the definitive Wolverine action figure. And so to have them together, it is awesome. All right, and final thoughts, guys. This 2-pack is pretty good all in all. I can get you wanting to pass on the Silver Samurai, especially if you have the Retro Card one. I think it's the superior Silver Samurai overall. but I don't think the Silver Samurai should be slept on. I think part of what would fix it is a good paint job, getting it in a nice shiny silver coat instead of this really dark grayish silver. He's not a horrible figure. He's just not, in comparison, as good as Wolverine. And this Wolverine is just amazing. It blows every other Wolverine figure I've ever had out of the water. In my opinion, it's so well done that it's worth getting this figure alone. So even if you have to buy the whole pack, trust me, it's well worth it. So that being said, I'm bringing this to an end. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and if you have a comment, leave it below. But I'll catch you guys next time. Wolfgang is out.